Hey Aries, welcome. It's Meredith. I'm here with your mid-month reading for February 2020. And we're having a card palooza. So believe it or not, all of these cards are meant to represent what's unfolding for you in the next 2 weeks of February as we come into Mercury retrograde, mind you. And the retrograde is happening in Pisces. So your first set of cards, your first three up top, this is now. This is the energy of now, your presence. What is present here for you on your foundation, we'll say. We are using Legacy of the Divine Tarot for these cards. And your first is Seven of Wands. You know, it's the Wheel of the Year Tarot right here in the middle that has inspired a new thought on the Seven of Wands for me intuitively. And the message of Seven of Wands is typically one of some kind of defense. So Aries, your defenses are up. And in the card here, you can see you're defending against 6 other wands. In the Wheel of the Year Tarot, this card shows people stacking sandbags, trying to keep water off a field or to prevent a flood from happening. And the message that has intuitively come from seeing that card in this deck is that perhaps it's wise to consider allowing this to flow. Or in this deck here, to allow the water to flood into the field. Allow this energy to perhaps flood into your world, because here's this person standing before this door. What are you preventing? Or what are you in resistance to is a great question. Another is, what have I not considered? Are there blessings in these 6 other wands that are here to help me achieve my highest and greatest good? And what am I defending against anyway? What's beyond that doorway? Am I trying to keep myself from it or others from it? Philosophical life questions, eh? Okay, next card. The World. So let's put this together. If the World shows up, Major Arcana, last card in the Major Arcana, it's the world laying itself at your feet. It is reward of prior effort. It's one of the most welcome cards in tarot. There is happiness. There is achievement, accomplishment, growth, renewal, birthing energies, bringing something new to life, blessing your life. So now the question on the 7, and 7s in tarot, remember, about heaven touching earth within our own heart space. Are we in a defensive posture because there's something we don't want to allow to flow into our world? Are we holding off blessings here? What are we really defending against? What is it that is in our monkey mind, vulture thoughts, ego chatter that is potentially preventing us from experiencing the bliss of the World card? And this is the energy that's on offer to us in the now. Coming with Knight of Cups. Well, there it is. It's an offer of the Ace of Cups. The Knight of Cups carries the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a divine and cosmic gift of pure, happy, blissful love overflowing into our world, blessing us. So Aries, you have questions before you. Ask them, discover them, and plumb the depths of your spiritual journey at this time. Is it wise for you to set the wand down, to step through that doorway? Consider it. What offers await you there? And what rewards of your own journey, your own efforts also await you there? And how much more do you have to spare and share for the blessing of it? Okay, the Oracle card that goes with this set is from the Nature Portals Oracle. This is a spirit animal for you to work with for the remainder of the month if you wish. Oh, look at this. Nice. You have the ram or goat, Aries. There it is. Beautiful. Well, this is for you to investigate. So some things to think about. You have the Sun in this card. You have What appears to be a nice springtime energy here. Good shelter, good view, taking a look at the horizon, and divine masculine, divine feminine energies potentially balancing here on this card. So look into the energy of the ram. Why is it the symbol of your sign? Check that out. What message does ram or goat have to share with you? All right, next set of cards comes from the Wheel of the Year. This is the energy that is in development. These are energies that are in the flow, in manifestation, may not yet be tangible, but are incoming. So this is your development row. First card is, oh, King of Swords. How brilliant for you. So the King of Swords is holding the Ace of Swords. And as I remind you every time we turn him over, he is, like his queen, considered cold and somewhat calculating. The truth is, though, that cheerful fire in the background is really at the King of Swords' heart. This is who he is. He's fiery, he's passionate, and he comes across as cold, calculating because he has decisions to make, not just for himself, but for the realm that he oversees. So in development for you, Aries, wielding the Ace of Swords, brilliant clarity, everlasting strength. This is what you are invited to bring to what is in development for you. So if you have something you're holding in your heart space, holding, not necessarily flowing through the doorway. If you're holding it in your heart space, this is something you want to bring your brilliant clarity and everlasting strength to so that it can develop, so that it can become. Now we have the Page of Swords. So this is pretty sweet. It's a nice alignment here. You have the King. You have the King influencing the energy of this page. So pages are somewhat inexperienced, unlike the King, very experienced. This particular page is looking to the horizon. It's a great lineup because you've got the wisdom, self-mastery of the King in combination with the raw enthusiasm of the page. This brings optimism, this brings discovery, this lights up curiosity and brings wonder and awe to what's in development for you. So let's bring some of your collective wisdom and experience. Let's bring some of your wonder and your awe to what you're holding in your heart space that really does open up the world for you. Sweet. Next set, first card, Hermit. Ooh, nice. So you're deep in contemplation, Aries. It's a good place for you when it comes to the things that you have in development. So take a look at the fiery heart of the King of Swords, supporting the raw, inexperienced enthusiasm of the Page of Swords as you look toward the horizon with wonder and optimism. And then you have the Hermit, more experience, more wisdom. This is looking ahead to the quest that's beckoning. That's another message of the Hermit. A quest beckons. And you have enlightenment here in the fireplace. You have enlightenment here in the lantern. So now you've moved forward in these 2 weeks of February. You find yourself moving forward. You've taken a bit of the light from this fire, put it in a lantern, and you've now checked out your path. You've looked ahead. You're walking it to the Ten of Wands. Interesting. So the Ten of Wands, beautifully done in the Wheel of the Year tarot deck. It's not so much a person carrying 10 wands and overburdened by them. It's more a homecoming with a harvest. So this row of cards, your discovery, your curiosity, what's in consideration for manifestation. The Ten of Wands here is letting you know you're bringing the harvest home. You're making real what it is you hold in your heart. Awesome. Excellent message. Now, the oracle cards to support this row come from the Gateway Oracle. So the question put to these cards while shuffling was, what thresholds are you crossing at this time? How are you crossing them? What energies are greeting you there? Your first is communicating freely. I communicate from the depth of my being. Yes, excellent self-expression. Now this could be how you are in conversation and co-creation with the divine all that is of the universe to create what you're holding in your heart space over here. Also coming with this is listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. Yes, this is listening to your intuition. It's being a good communicator, being a good listener, and speaking clearly, expressing oneself clearly. Excellent. Okay, last row of cards is dedicated to your long-term happiness and fulfillment and the energies in the atmosphere now that are at work playing into or being sorted by you. We're using Tarot of the 78 Doors for this set of cards. So again, this is all about your long-term happiness fulfillment. Your first card coming is the Tower. It's not a surprise actually to see that here, because whatever you have in manifestation, now look, you have the fire in the fireplace, you have the fire in the lantern, and now you have a tower on fire here. Something is falling away in your world, and it may be the very thing that's up here in the Seven of Wands that you are somewhat defending against, when it may be better to set that wand down or take collectively all 7 of them, step through that doorway and reap the reward of your prior efforts so that you have a lot more to offer, and so you can accept what's on offer to you from the universe as a divine and cosmic gift. So it's possible that upon arrival with your harvest, you have to tear down, burn down a whole foundation to make new, to make way for what's here, what you were looking at on the horizon. Consider that. Coming with it is the Four of Cups. Now this card is traditionally a card of spiritual apathy. There are usually 3 cups in the foreground, and they represent, excuse me, the Ace of Cups 3 times over. Prior divine and cosmic gifts from the universe of pure, raw, blissful love flowing into your life. Now, this gent here on the card is not exactly looking as though he is in appreciation and gratitude for those 3 gifts. As a result, he doesn't see the other gift incoming up here in this row. Now, I do challenge the message of this card, and even though it looks as if this person on the card is kind of temporarily giving up on participating and contributing to his long-term happiness and fulfillment, I feel that the Four of Cups is a card of gratitude and appreciation. Now, in reverse, perhaps, or even on its side, perhaps, it's a bit of a lazy timeout, right? How I see the card intuitively is that in gratitude and appreciation, we continue to draw into our worlds more Ace of Cups blessings, more Ace of Swords blessings, and having appreciation for the gifts previously bestowed upon us unexpectedly, miraculously by the universe keeps us in appreciation, and we experience the surprise and the delight of what continues to flow in because we stay in our heart space. So don't be afraid of this tower over here. It's a necessary change. It's something that has to move off the foundation. So what's coming in this harvest over here from your recent quest has a place, has a home, and serves your highest and greatest good. Now coming with this, 6 of Pentacles. Yes. So as this tower experience happens, as something falls away or is moved out for you, you have restored harmony, restored balance on your foundation in the 6. This is a card of reciprocity, being in the flow of giving and receiving, and you have that beautifully demonstrated in all of your other cards. It's a strength for you to draw on. Okay, last cards in this set. First is Temperance. I love this. Another card of curiosity and discovery, also a card of alchemy. And there's a unifying energy. She holds two cups and 2 vessels. you could see those as more Ace of Cups energy flowing in. It's actually flowing into the cups. That's what's happening up here with the World and the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. So what are you making of this? What are you making of all of it? The cards say you have all the resources you could require. You have the energy, the endurance, the fortitude to move your dreams, your goals forward. Now, you may feel a bit beleaguered over here on that Ten of Wands, but there is rest ahead. Not exactly rest like this on the Four of Cups, but there is rest more like the Six of Pentacles. It's celebration, and now you have a lot more to share. That message has come up more than once in the reading. And then you have the Hierophant. Two major arcana cards here. Well, three in this row. It's really quite amazing, actually. The Hierophant is education. It is continuing to educate yourself. It's also a card that challenges our belief system. What we believe, why we believe it. Are we doing it just by rote because somebody told us? Are we challenging what we believe? Are we being curious enough? I love that it comes right there with the Temperance card, because Temperance is a card of raw curiosity. What happens if I do this? What happens if I mix this with that? Exactly there. And you learn from that Hierophant. It challenges your belief system and perhaps gives you some new perspective with which to add to what's showing up here in the world for you. Sweet. Nice energy, Aries. Okay, then your last card, fortune reading card, in the potential oncoming, what's unfolding for you in terms of your long-term happiness and fulfillment. You have Angel. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Beautiful message, excellent confirmation. You are watched over, you are cared for, all is well. Talk to your guides and angels along the way, Aries. All right, thank you so much. That is the mid-month message for February 2020. Do watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus videos. That's going to be a whole lot of information about how to navigate the next 2 weeks. Thanks so much for watching. Peace, love, joy, blessings. Please leave a comment if it's in your heart to do so. Namaste.